Hi. Good morning, everyone. We had a little bit of confusing this morning with, I'm not sure the HIIT class, but the yoga class has just got a bit confused as well. So the only stream available to me was this stream for yoga. So hopefully that you guys might find me in here. Otherwise, it will be pre-recorded for later. Yeah, a little bit of technical stuff going on. Anyway, I'll run the session, so if you can't find it live, it'll be there later, and we'll see how we go. If somebody could maybe comment that they can see me okay. I know it's not HIIT, it's actually yoga coming. It'll just take a couple of moments for people to adjust, maybe. Oh, good. All right, so we're on to yoga. Thanks, team. Hey, welcome, everybody. My name's Debby. I am taking you through a power Vinyasa class today. So happy Easter Monday. I hope you've had an amazing weekend so far. Today, I thought that we would do a water-based flow, so working with the water element, and that is kind of because it rained last night for the first time in Nelson for a very long time. It's very dry outside. So I was thinking along the lines of how nourishing the water is. So it's just come and fill those little gaps and all those little bits in the garden, the ground that's been really dry and yellow, and just nourished it. And I thought, isn't that a nice concept to take us through an Easter yoga flow? So I'm going to do that this morning. So let's come down onto our backs. We'll come into constructive rest, where you are just lying on your back and just relaxing your shoulders into the ground. Just place your feet and rest your belly. Take a couple of good breaths and just sigh into the ground. And just allowing your breath to roll in and out. And imagine your breath's like a wave. It's just soothing all parts of your body. Relaxing the shoulders. Really just letting this gentle wave of breath sweep through the body, just roll around. And as it rolls through the body, it's just gently getting into all those parts that you might want to soothe and release and relax. So think of them as tension. A lot of your body is water. So we can roll this wave through as you breathe in and you breathe out, and your shoulders relax. Take some deep breaths. Feel grounded. Feel like you're leaning into the ground, you're leaning into the earth. Allowing the body to just drop for a couple of moments before we start the physical practice. Feel how relaxed you can be when you lean into the ground. Let it take all your tension away, your shoulders, your neck. Take some good deep breaths in. We're just going to gently start to move the body. So as you press down through your feet, just lift your hips and inhale as you lengthen your arms above you. And then exhale as you roll back down. So just like a wave, breathing in, rolling up. And then breathing out as you roll back down. Big and nice expansive breath in as you roll over. And then an expansive breath out as you come down. Let's just do 3 more of those. So just breathing, lifting, opening your spine. And then breathing out as you roll back down. Inhale again, pushing down. And then one more time as you roll up. Just don't hold the breath. So if you slide your arms underneath and just hook through and just nestle your shoulders. Press through your feet and just rotate the thighs down a little bit. Nothing too strong, just like we're lifting and expanding the body open for Easter Monday. Beautiful. And just coming down, laying your back to roll in. Just hug your knees into your chest and just do a couple of circles, a couple of rolls. And then the other way. So we're just getting your knees up. We're just going to take our hands to the side there. So we just prop them out like cactus arms. So if you put your fingers down, that's fine. It doesn't overdo your shoulders. Just take a breath. And as you exhale, just roll the knees towards one way. And then breathing in as you come back to the middle. Breathing out as you roll the other way. So there's a sense of movement. Inhale through the middle. And then exhale as you come out the side. One more time. Just to the other opposite side. And then come back to the center. Extend your legs up to the sky. And you might just grab behind the knees. That's fine. If you've got the range to grab your feet without interrupting the shoulders too much, then maybe do that. Just doing the hamstrings, take a couple of breaths without us standing on them. Dropping down to your shoulders into the lower back. And then just hugging those knees into your chest. And we'll roll ourselves up. Just bringing ourselves into tabletop for a moment. So press through your hands. And then take a couple of rounds of breath as you inhale and roll the chest open. And as you exhale, just roll the body up and down. Inhale, roll. Exhale again. It's like that wave type action, isn't it? We're moving the body in and out. The sense of rhythm, of pace. And then taking your knees apart, your toes together, just taking your arms out and just come back into child's pose. Take a big stretch as you release your shoulders. Just allow your body to drop down for a few moments. Take some strong breaths. body to breathe. Take one more big breath in. Just check that you can see me. Good. Hard to find me. All right, and then release your way back up. Then we're just going to press ourselves into downward facing dog. So just leave the sit bones up, float the hips, press through your fingers, and just take yourself a couple of breaths as you kind of work yourself side to side and move into the pose. You want to float the seat, you want to press the thigh bones back, drop the head. You want to create this nice triangle shape of the body, but not be pushing the body into the shape, just breathing it in. So allow yourself some time, some movement, just to walk the heels. Side to side. Use the breath like a wave to roll through the body. And when you're ready to pause in the shape, just float the sit bones, drop the head, release yourself down. And then walk our feet towards the front of the mat as we come into Uttanasana. So come into forward fold as you hang down, drape the head, and just tilting those sit bones up as you drape the shoulders. Maybe giving yourself an opportunity to take some movement here. You could rock, you could roll. Maybe just shaking the head back and forth, just kind of using that as a little bit of space. And then as you use your feet, push down, then roll the body up. Keep coming up last, and then tapping yourself into Tadasana. So nice firm press in your feet. Take a big breath in. And then a slow breath out as you come all the way down to the ground. And then inhale as you come up. This time take about 7 counts just to exhale as you come really slow at 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then take 1, push down, rise up. And coming down for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, up for 2, maybe a little bit slower coming up, and then down for 5, 4, 3, 2, up for 3, and then just take a flow of 4 counts down and 4 counts up. So we're in this nice rhythm. And you're inhaling, you're gathering, working in and up. And as you exhale, you're tipping down. One more time, breathe in. And as you breathe out, bow forward and take a halfway lift. Step your way back to a plank. So just going to start to fire out in the middle of the body. So just tipping yourself forward and then hugging your shoulders back, hug your arms and press through. So really strong in your belly. You can use your knees and encourage that the first couple of times, or your toes, and then hug your elbows in as you come down and you roll yourself into baby cobra. So press the tops of the feet, inhale, roll to the chest, and then as you exhale, come down. Inhale as you rise, and then breathe out as you float the sit bones up. Take a round of breath, just letting that down dog just settle in again. This time spreading your fingers out, so really pressing through as you breathe. Hug the arms in and feel this really expansive breath spread all the way through your body. Remember, it's a water flow, so I think our body is made up mostly of water, so we're moving in and out. And then inhale that right foot up, really good dog, extend it to the sky. And then take your knee to your nose. And then taking that right foot and just placing it in between your hands. Drop the back knee down. And then inhale. Breathe and open. Beautiful. And as you exhale, just slowly bring those arms down and then slide that knee down. You can come into a full plank or modified and then come down onto your belly. Come into cobra, inhale. And then as you exhale, come down. Inhale as you push up through your plank. And then breathing out nice and fully as you extend your hips back. Inhale, left foot this time. So I'm going to start to make it like a flow. Look between your hands, but knee to nose. So just engage the belly first. Place that foot through. Drop the back knee. Inhale, rise. And then as you exhale, coming down and then just sliding that way back to cobra. Remember, you can come into full plank if you're okay with that. Hug the elbows in as you gently roll through the body and peel the chest up. Make everything smooth. And then coming down. Pushing up through your plank. And then emptying the breath fully out as you come into your downward facing dog. Again, inhale, right foot, extend it up. Knee to nose, come through. Place the foot down. Drop the back knee. Inhale, rise. Beautiful. And exhale, coming down. Maybe this time you decide to go for the full plank. And then maybe you're ready for up dog. If you're not, just stay with cobra. Extend the body open. And then exhale as your sit bones go high. Left side, breathe it in. So extend it up. Knee to nose, fire up that core. Place the foot through the hands. Drop the back knee. We're really going to work that hip open. Breathe and rise. And then nice and slowly breathing out. Stepping your way back to your plank. Nothing's in a rush. It's just constant movement today. Inhale. Then exhale. Sit bones high. One more time. Inhale, right foot. Step through. Rolling like a wave. Breathing down into your plank. Into your up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. And then your left side, last side, breathe in. And then step through the hands. Extend open. And then just rolling through that last chaturanga. So this forms the movement pattern you'll choose as we come into the sequences. Beautiful way for the body to open up. And then just take a couple of breaths in downward facing dog. Put your sit bones up and lengthen the side of the wrist. Push with the hands. Just breathe into that little bit of space we've created, just with that little bit of movement as we come into our main flow. Nice. So potentially for the next part, we may use blocks or books or anything you might have around you. If you don't have them, don't worry, I'll give you some options. But if you do have them, it may just assist the feel of the sequence. And now, let's inhale right foot up. And then take knee to nose. And then placing that right foot through your hands, but this time keeping the hands either on the blocks or on the ground. And if you find that there's a long flight away, maybe drop the back knee today. I really don't want you rounding from the shoulders. I want you to really find you've got some space as you drop this back knee in. I'm going to move, so keep the back foot up if you want, or down, but inhale. And as you breathe out, just turn it back down. Exhale. Inhale again as you roll forward. And then breathe out as you come back. So we're sort of working for that feel of the water, just fluidly moving. Exhale. One more time as you breathe in. Take your blocks away. Place your hands down. Then scoop this right foot up. So it's going to come up to what we call a scorpion. Press through. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, bring that knee to the opposite elbow. Same elbow. And then scorpion. It's called a figure eight. So opposite elbow, same elbow, scorpion. So you inhale at scorpion and you breathe out. Inhale one more time, come around scorpion. Inhale, and then place that foot through the hands and we'll come into warrior two. So using the long edge of your mat as a guide, start to extend your focus that way. I'll come to the side so you can see me a little bit better. But extend out. So press into the front foot, extend the long leg, pull the shoulders back, take a breath, sink down, and then flip your palm. You're going to come straightening up and then exhaling over. So it doesn't have to be the full reverse warrior or extended angle, but I want you to move. And exhale. Inhale. So just constant moving. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. This time at the end of this, we'll just take the inhale, we'll lean, we'll lengthen, and then we'll come into a chaturanga. So bringing your hands down. Step back to your plank, elbows in, and then you use your up dog or your cobra as you peel through, and then down dog. Take a breath. And then we'll come into the left side. So the next inhale, when you're ready, the left leg comes up. Oops. And then knee to nose as you come forward, and then placing that foot down. Maybe grabbing the blocks, maybe using the knee down today. Just really create that space as you inhale, and then breathe out as you exhale down. And inhale as you come forward. Exhale as you come down. Inhale again. Exhale, release. 2 more times. It feels good, doesn't it? Inhale again. So this time we stay in the lunge. We place the blocks both to the side. Hands go down. Then this left foot, big breath as you scoop it up. And then as you exhale, come around through those figure eights. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Let's fill up here. And then place that foot between your hands. Pivot your back foot. And we'll come into warrior two. So taking that hip and extending out. Press down. Flip the palm. Inhale. And then exhale as you roll forward. Inhale as you reach back. So again, like a wave, flow. Inhale. Exhale. One more time, breathing. Looks amazing. I can see you. And then take your chaturanga as you come all the way through. If you don't want to do the whole chaturanga part here, the high impact, the high plank, low plank, then just slide your way back to down dog or child's pose. Think of that as a pause point where you can refocus. Ooh, nice. We're going to run that through. We're going to keep that movement going. We're just going to shorten the rounds, if you like. So again, inhale, right foot up. Take your knee to your nose. Place the foot down. Empty the breath. Blocks in or out. Knee down or up. Inhale. Exhale. Breathing in. Rolling forward. Breathing out. One more time. Breathe in. Take your blocks to the side. Scorpion, open that leg. Fill up first, and then come around. Empty out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale there. One more breath. And then step through warrior two. Place the back foot And then maybe you're just coming a little bit more into your legs. Sink right down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in, just like water rolling in and out from the tide. Come back. Doesn't have to be in range. One more. And then take your chaturanga as you come through. Slow breath, right? We're not moving at pace. Exhale. Inhale, left foot. Knee to nose. Place that foot down. Taking your blocks. Maybe you're taking the option this time where you're inhaling and you're exhaling. Inhaling. Make it feel good. Don't make it feel too strong. Breathe in. Breathe out. So simple. Inhale one more time. Place that left foot up into scorpion. We'll adjust the breath. You really got to fill up first, and then you've got to exhale as you come around. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more. Big breath in. And then step that foot through the hands. Pivot the back foot. Warrior two. Press down. Inhale, release. Exhale as you come right down to those thighs. Drive the leg. Inhale up. Exhale. Press and rise. And take your chaturanga. Step back. Take a nice press through the body. Hug the arms in. Open through the heart space. Roll over your toes. Breathe out. So in flow. Right foot. Breathe in. Knee to nose. Breathe out. Hover. Maybe hovering the breath. Place the foot down. Blocks in. Breathe out. Come forward. Pick up that right foot. Scorpion open. Fill it up. One figure eight. Inhale. Come into warrior two. As you exhale, plant your feet. Pivot the back foot. And then keep going. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale one more time. Chaturanga. Slow down. I want you to visualize water running down a mountain. At times it's got a free run, it's very fast. Other times it's kind of working through maybe some corners, some angles. Left side, breathe in. Place that hand down, foot down. Blocks in. Inhale. The thing is about the water is it's constantly going downhill though. Constantly moving. Inhale. Place down. Scorpion. Come around. Figure eight. Just one. Place the foot through. Back heel. Inhale. Come around that side angle. One more time. Breathe in. And then take your chaturanga. Breathe out. Exhale, down dog. Take a moment. So your breath just going to roll through. So if we use that, and you come to child's pose if you feel like you want to come down a little bit more. Just take those breaths. Notice what the breath is doing. So we're still moving down through that mountain, right? So maybe now it's just stopped and pulled on the ledge for a bit. So we're just gathering ourselves. The water's collecting in. Before we move again, we're just going to take a breath. Maybe you need to open the mouth and let that a little bit of that heat escape. Sure. I think the music actually through the YouTube is just awful, so I will take that into consideration. Okay, we're going to move our way back through into downward facing dog. So just as you kind of move your way, if you've gone to child's pose down, just to let the body just adjust as you float the sit bones and you press through the hands. So hug the arms in and feel this real extension through the body. And we're going to kind of come back to that familiar flow with a little bit of add-on. So take your right foot, inhale it. It's automatic now. Need a nose as you step through to your lunge, rather. Blocks. Take a breath. And then breathe out as you slide back. Inhale forward. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Take the blocks away. And as you come in through, same sort of pattern at the beginning here. Take that scorpion, take a breath, and then 3 figure eights. Inhale. If you're finding it tough, maybe stay in down dog for this one. Exhale. Breathe in. And place that foot between your hands. Warrior 2. Come straight into that reverse. The body flow. Exhale. Inhale. Breathe it out. One more time. This time, come into Warrior 2. So just taking a pause, taking a hold. And then taking your front arm, which is your right arm, underneath your left arm, and then coming into eagle. So you can still get the front if you're used to doing that, that's fine. Just allowing the shoulders to take some space here. And then take your inhale and then turn your feet so that you're coming in to a squat. And that's right, the right foot's in the front still. You're still under your arms. Take a breath in, extend the arms, and as you breathe out, circle the body around. Inhale to the top, and exhale all the way around. So just mobilizing the spines. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Breathing in. And this time as you breathe out, take your arms all the way out. Interlace behind you as you roll your shoulders, lean back a little bit, turn your toes forward, and then we're going to slide into that forward fold. And just dropping the body down. Again, just getting the weight on the ball of the feet here, lifting the sit bones, maybe bending the knees so that we're not getting this round back. We're letting the body drop down. You may have the arms still in that nice big pose. You might have them resting on your back. It's an opportunity for the shoulders to open. And release the arms down. And then turning your body towards me. So just turn that right foot back to me. Lift the back heel. So you're in that nice high lunge that we started the sequence in. Yeah. And then take a breath. And we're going to take that into half pigeon. So the right knee becomes behind the right wrist. But for this one, I want you to keep the back foot up. So keeping on my toes. So I'm going to keep this thigh quite lifted just for a couple of breaths. If it feels really uncomfortable, then drop it. But see if you can just take a little bit of breath in. And like that wave, breathe out. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, roll down. One more time. Inhale. And then exhale. And then coming down. And then you adjust your foot. Nestle in. Maybe taking your props under your right hip as you adjust yourself. Coming down to maybe sleeping pigeon. Or if that's super strong for you, then just adjusting yourself into a couple of right angles so you've got a little bit of hip rotation going on, but not too strong. And then just take a couple of breaths. Again, maybe that water running down the hill is just taking a little bit of a pause. It's just gathering itself before it moves again. When it moves again, it's the last journey. So maybe check in, what can you let go of in this pose? Really good opportunity to just tune inwards, to invite the body to let go. And just curling your way back up. Just resetting, taking your blocks out, tucking your toe, and then just pressing your way back into downward facing dog. Maybe some movement as we head into the left side. Again, really fill the body up, fill it up with breath. And inhale, left foot up. Look between your hands as you step through. Again, taking that nice long lunge, extend the arms, breathing in. Breathing out as you slide back. Inhale forward. Familiarity. Inhale. One more time as you breathe back. Inhale forward. Place the hands and then scoop that foot up. Take into your scorpion. Take a breath. Open the body. And then take 3 figure eights. Big breath in. Big breath out. One more. Inhale, open. And then place that foot through. We'll come into our warrior 2. Heel down. Looking straight in as you roll backwards. And then come forward. Excuse me, dogs barking. Inhale. Exhaling. Awesome. One more. And then bringing yourself into that warrior 2. So just pausing for a moment. That's it. Extending through. And then taking that front arm with your left arm underneath your right. Working through eagle, which is a little bit stronger, isn't it, when we're pulling the body around. So just encourage it rather than push it to a point it doesn't want to go to. And then turning your toes. So you're coming into that squat, coming down. Nice straight back as your fingers extend, your shoulder blades hug in. Take a breath. And then circle towards the left. Inhale. And then exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let's do one more. So it feels quite nice, isn't it, this side? Come to the top. And then take those arms out. So it's a big breath. You're going to interlace the hands behind. Turn your toes forward. Lean back. And then drop it over as you come into your forward fold. Float the head. And again, maybe using the arms just to open the front of the chest and open the shoulders. Or you might just think, oh no, I'm going to drop them down. And just extending for the back of the legs. Maybe soften the knees slightly to tilt the hips. And then we're going to walk our way back to the front of the mat. So kind of working your way through, turning your left foot to me, and then just bringing out the back foot. Pivot it, taking the weight on those hands. You could drop the knee if you needed to. Come into your half pigeon with the toes on the back and lifting the thigh. You can use your props straight away, and I encourage that to open the body. And then take a breath in. And a breath out. And then lifting up. And then rolling down. Again, holding that whole concept of water moving. Breathe out. One more time as you inhale. And then as you exhale, let that back foot go, release the toe of the toe onto the thigh, and then just come on down. Just propping yourself onto half pigeon. Again, the option, which may be to stay upright, or it might be just to roll down a bit. You can sink into that prop and allow that hip joint just to let go. And just come on down. And then just sort of hug in. Let yourself go. Taking a couple of breaths to assist that. Is it nice? A couple more breaths. And then coming on down, just to release that prop. I'm coming back up rather, jeepers. Coming down, coming up, and then just step your way back to downward facing dog. Take a little bit of movement, just walk the feet side to side, adjust it, and then kind of stretch through the side of the body. And then walk your feet just to the front of the mat and take them a little bit wider. We're going to come into Vinyasa. So Vinyasa is the squat pose. So if you want to roll the back of your mat up, or you've got a couple of books or props, place your heels on just to give yourself a little bit of assistance here as we drop down. You really want to come into a position we can kind of feel like we're dropping and opening through the pelvis and the spine rather than straining so much that we're rounded. Even if your heels are off the ground, that's fine, but just feel the space in the body. Good breaths in. I think now the water that's been going down that mountain is pooled at the bottom of the lake, right? We'll stop the flow. Think about water, how powerful it can be, how strong at times, but then also how still and calm. Okay, so we're going to come back to downward facing dog. If you want to come through crow pose, because it's a nice sort of segue from here, a good opportunity to fire up the core for a couple of moments. If you'd rather just go back to down dog and then eventually come and lie your back, feel free to jump straight into that option. It's your Easter Monday, so you choose. But if you want to have a little bit of a play with that arm balance, then often comes from this position because we're sort of anchored, if you like, so that the tricep uses like a shelf. You've got to push your arms out, but you've got to squeeze your thighs in. So there's that counterbalance of energy. And then just tip forward. So lift your seat before you lift your feet. It's always a good rule. And it might be that you lift one foot, or maybe you balance and then you find You might just hug those toes together and start to kind of lengthen through the back. And it's always a good pose. The first time you do it, you'll spend 1 second, and then it'll be 2 seconds, and not too many people jump into this pose for 10 minutes first go. So it's all about the learning. Still in crow, great. If you've gone back to down dog, even better. You want to take a transition, then just take a breath. You look forward slightly and you coil the core in, and then you just strip the legs back as you come into your down dog. And let's just jump forward. And we're going to come onto the back of the body here. I'm going to come into a little bit of back bending. So before we do that, let's just take a land. Like we've just come onto that lake at the bottom of the mountain, and then we're just resting. Just taking a moment before the body comes into some nice, delicious back bends. Allow yourself just to lean back, turn the palms up, the shoulders open. Take a couple of breaths. And let's start to move again. So coming into bridge pose, where your feet are flat. And we're just going to tilt the tailbone and roll ourselves up. So take an inhale as you extend the body up. And then take the arms over the top. And like we did at the beginning, let's roll through a couple of moving bridges as you come back down. Again, inhaling, peeling the spine up, releasing the arms. And as you exhale, come all the way down. Again, let's do two more. Big breath in. Big breath out. And then one more time as you inhale. This time stay up. So as you lift your hips, open your arms, and then just sort of maybe clasp underneath and walk those arms in, or maybe you'd feel more support to come the upper arms, but just lifting for the hips, pushing for the feet, and then opening the whole body. And if you're someone who practices wheel, then you would just take those palms over and start to lift into that full pose. It's a little bit harder to teach that from my lounge to yours, but if you regularly practice that, really good opening Easter Monday breath. And then roll yourself back down. Take your toes together, your knees apart. One hand to heart, one hand to belly, and then nestle in. Just feeling that body settle now. It's a movement, an opportunity to change. And then just hugging those knees into your chest. Rolling around. And then the other side. And just coming up to a seat. I'm just coming into a forward fold. So just taking your feet out to the side. If you kind of don't like the wide fold, so sometimes we prefer the narrow, and then by all means take that. A wide fold feels quite nice after that flow. So just kind of maybe again rolling up your back of your mat, or even a towel, just to maybe hinge the hips a little bit forward if pelvis tends to drop. Getting this sort of cinch. So flex the feet and then take a breath and roll the shoulders and inhale. As you exhale, just tipping yourself forward so that you're extending, like you're reaching through the body first, and then coming down as you start to nestle in. And again, blocks can be handy just as a prop here. Keep that spine long. Maybe even just to rest the head in. And once we come into that pose, we can just start to drop ourselves down. Use a couple of breaths to allow that to open. And just feel that body just release. It takes a couple of breaths to just give the body the message to let go. Wherever you are in that fold, finding that sense of release. And then moving your way back up. And we're just going to come down onto the back of the body. And come into a supine twist. So if oops, your view there, hug your knees. If you just like to hug your right knee in and then roll across, that's fine. Or if you prefer to do twisted roots, where we cross the knees over, which is kind of nice as well. Just sort of remember to use the arms out like a T shape, so let the shoulders spread out on the mat. Take a breath in and then just drop the knees towards the left side, and then just scooting the hips over a little bit so that you stretch, and then maybe looking down the palm, and maybe just taking the eyes up. It's just part of releasing through the spine and relaxing through. It's a really nice opportunity to just unwind the spine. Allow the body to sink. And then just come back through your center. And hook the knees, and maybe take some movement around so that you can just that lower back, release. And we'll take the other side. So creating a bit of space, if you're like me and you've rolled over, and hugging one knee in or crossing the knee over, taking the same variation of your twist that you did. Extend your arms out, roll them over, and then slide that knee across as you turn maybe the head, or maybe it just stays up, but just feel that nice release through the spine as we take that rinse. Take a breath. And let that out breath just land your body. Just another breath or two. Started along that late little bit of technical issues. we're just crossing through the 9 o'clock time. So if you come back to the centre, and we're going to work our way towards Shavasana, but if you have time to just take a brief inversion, if you have a prop or a block, and you want to come into what we call, or like a waterfall. And that's just taking the prop underneath the sacrum, under the bony part of the back of the hips there, or the nice and sturdy, and floating your feet. If you don't have a block, don't worry, just come into Shavasana. Or even if you can take your feet up against the wall, that's quite nice as well. Just flex the feet and let the shoulders roll open, and it's just a nice way to let the legs drain. You to breathe all that in and release it out in the out breath. It's like a little detox for the body, a little purification of the body before you come into that complete rest. We'll just stay here for a couple of minutes, and whenever you're ready, you can come down to Shavasana, or if it feels amazing, then maybe you just stay here for Shavasana. Now might be a good time to come out of the inversion if you want to have a couple of minutes just to come down completely on your mat. And just take up some space, open the feet, open the palms, open the shoulders. Just feel this nice relaxation. Take a big sigh as your body just drops into the mat. Little final last movements before you just allow yourself to completely rest, unplug. And just notice the gravity underneath you. Just gently pulling away a little bit more tension, allowing that quiet to deepen. And just notice your breathing. When the breath is quiet, you can begin to feel the sense of calm. If you've got more time to stay in Shavasana, then please do. If not, maybe start to move the body, take a stretch for your fingers and your toes. Lengthen out. Take a big stretch. Here comes Monday. Bundle your knees into your chest, give them a big hug. And then just rolling yourself to your right side. And then making your way up to a seat. Bringing those hands to your heart center. Taking a big couple of breaths in before we jump back into our day. Really gratitude for you for choosing to get up and do a yoga practice on your Easter Monday. I think it's the best possible start to the day. May you be safe, may you be happy, may you be healthy, and may you live a life of ease. Namaste. Awesome, thank you so much. Yeah, we will iron out those little wee kinks that we're just having. We're just getting, as you appreciate, filming live from several houses. Sometimes it doesn't quite go as smoothly as we anticipate it would, but we are getting it right. So to the schedule that's up for tomorrow, or those on-demand classes if you've got some time in the day. Otherwise, thank you so much for joining me this morning. I hope you have a lovely Easter Monday. Yeah, see you soon. Thank you. Bye.